Good morning, everybody. The sun is rising here over the UK, and I'm playing with some wire. I've got some 18 gauge wire here. You could use 20, but 18 gauge is going to be a lot sturdier. I like to get up before everybody in the morning and mess around with wire and stuff. Yeah, after I did the 4-leaf clover one, I thought I'd do one of the other components. I'm just going to straighten that wire like I did with our little trick, like I did for the 4-leaf clover. So if you do have a block, it's a really neat trick for your small pieces of wire. Look how straight that is. Just give it a roll with your, mine's a, you know, for doing with your hammer. It's quite heavy, but yeah, that works for straightening the wire. So yeah, to make this piece, for instance, just so simple to make these little pieces. You could just take something like a tube of beads, or if you have a ring mandrel or something like that, you know, a bit more professional. But best thing is actually to measure it. Let's see what mine is. 10, just over 10. Don't know if that's going to be long enough actually. So yeah, you want to get your halfway mark. So mine's going to be about 5. You can be more precise and, you know, do lots of measuring. This is just the general gist of what you're going to do. So mine's odd, so I'll cut that bit off. Try and get it even. Obviously this is just an example, but, you know, measure it. Measure your midpoint, your middle point, and put that at the back of whatever you're wrapping around. And just cross your wires over, like so. Obviously mine is nowhere near the same length, so try and even it up there, that looks a bit better. So you're just going to fold it around like that, then take your pliers. I'm going to hold my pliers like that, instead of like this or like this. I'm holding them all the way around my hand in that position, because if I do it like that, I've only got to wrap one turn, a slight twist, turn again, instead of having to keep pulling it in and out. And yeah, mine's not long enough, look. And so I'll do the same with the other side. Start around that way, like that, and turn, slide round, turn. See what I mean? That's much easier than getting your piece of wire and having to, if you hold it like this, turn, turn, take your pliers out, sort of turn, turn, turn. So I find that easier to just start that way, swift turn, whoops, slide around, and a second turn. I mean, it's up to you how you do your twisting. It's just that is a nice easy way, so I thought I'd show you that. And yeah, that's all there is to making that shape. Obviously I haven't made mine long enough, so but if I pull it in tight, look, tighten it up, you know, that's all there is to that one. Just wrap it around something cylindrical, and yeah, curl your ends in. If you want them further in, you just turn them in a bit more. You've got a lovely little shape. And for this shape, that's just as easy. Let's take another bit of wire. We use 18 gauge. And let's measure this time properly. I'm going to do 12 centimetres. So 12 centimetres there. Give it a quick roly-poly with my hammering block. There you go, nice and straight. And then I'm going to take the midpoint, which is going to be 6 centimetres, and then I'm going to bend it. In half, like so. Just bend it in half, and then I'm going to take the end and give it a pinch. Just have to be really careful that your pliers don't slide off at this point. But yeah, just give it a pinch. Like that. If you can, even a bit more. Maybe use the bigger pliers to pinch it a bit more. Try not to twist it, that's the thing. Right, that's nice and tight now. So once you've done that, you do the same again. Open that up slightly like that to a little V. Put it around whatever object you're going to use. I think I need to use a Sharpie or something because that is too big. Hang on, I'll use a smaller bead tube. How about this one? This will do. And then pull it, whatever you're using, pull it down around and try and get it even if you can. Around your object, or ring mandrel, or whatever you're going to use. I'm using a tube of beads. And then bend it across, like we did with the other one. Slide it off, and you've got that lovely, like a Christmas lantern sort of shape. And then you have your two sides. They should be even, unless... But even if they're not, just go away, measure. Where's my tape measure? Measure each one, like, do it like that if you... I've got measurements on my board, but... So... Just over 2.5. That one's much longer, so I'm going to take a piece off there. Even it up. Because sometimes even if you start off in the middle with all the best will in the world, sometimes, obviously as you bend them, it changes the shape. So just make sure your sides are even. I like to do it by eye mostly. And after you've done a few, you get to where you can judge it by eye. And then turn and turn. Same again here. Turn and turn. And then there you have your little shape. And just practice, keep practicing those. And then eventually, yeah, you can sort of put them together like I've done with beads. I might just finish this one and put it together. But, yeah, that's how you do your shapes. So if you practice some of these shapes alongside your 4-leaf clover that we did in the last video, just practice a few of these until you feel happy with them. And then it's just a case of, joining them together, which is really quite simple. I will do a video of putting all the elements together after this one. I just thought I'd do the shapes separately, so people can go away and you guys can practice your 4-leaf clovers, you can practice the round ones, you can practice these lantern shaped ones, and then you might want to make up your own earring. I did some of these as well, like just little bars with curls. I've done quite a few shapes. I don't know where the rest of them are. Yeah, there's a few of them here. A few of these sort of squiggly shapes, just to making components to, one just to play with shapes and just to practice with my pliers and my wire. The more familiar you are with your tools and your equipment and your wires, and the more you play with it, mess around. Like here's one I messed up. I don't know what I did with that one. Looks terrible, doesn't it? But yeah, I just played around. So I've done all these crazy shapes, you know. And the more you play with your pliers, the more you play with your wire, the more you get the feel for what you're doing, and the more it just, things start to flow. You start to find it a bit easier. And yeah, you start to even get to where you can look at two sides, and I'll judge it and snip it and see if it's, I think it's even, and then I measure it and it's spot on. I think, yes. But when I first started, and you know, it was way off. Each side was way off. But so once you've played with it a while, you start to, you know, you get that pattern in your head. You can just do it with a lot more ease. So yeah, don't be afraid. When I first started, that's why I always say don't be afraid. I was afraid to waste wire. I was afraid of doing it wrong. I was, you know, I had limited equipment and I didn't want to waste anything. So I was afraid to just practice and play with it and just, you know, go with the flow as such, because I didn't want to waste any materials. But it's never a waste. It's as long as you're learning from it, even if you mess it up completely, put it in your scrap bucket, and you can weigh it all in somewhere local that takes copper. Yeah, so there's no waste. Just enjoy it, have fun, and practice with these techniques, and then yeah, you'll be able to, maybe you won't want to come back and do my earring, maybe you just go away from there and do your own. But yeah, those are the shapes. Have a great day. I thought I'd start my day with a bit of creativity and share it with you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now. Stay creative, stay positive, and I will see you all soon. Bye. One small tip: if you're going to be making a pair of earrings, when you cut your pieces of wire, always cut two of everything. Cut them both at the same time, measure them, make them exactly the same, roll them out, do your first set of bending on each one. So bend one into the V, bend the second one into a V, curl one, wrap one around your tube, wrap the second one around your tube. So each time, at each stage, you're doing exactly the same thing, and then you can kind of check them against each other, put them on top of each other, make sure they're matching and even, and make sure, you know, everything sort of fits. And then curl one, and then curl the other, and then do the same again. You know, just keep matching them up to make sure they're the same, and just do two at a time. Don't do one and then do the second one afterwards. It's better. Well, you can do whatever you like, but I always find if you do both at the same time, it comes out more even. It's always harder to try and get the second one the same if you do it separately. I mean, they're never going to be exact. That's the whole beauty of handmade items, isn't it? It's perfectly imperfect. These aren't a pair because look, they've got two different beads. This was just practice. So these are coming undone and being redone. But yeah, these ones are all even and ready to put together. So in the next video, I will show you how I joined them together and how I did my fitment here. I did add a silver earring piece. At first I was like, oh, I don't know, it just looks weird, but most of it's going to be in your ear, and I'm making these as a gift for someone, and she won't wear copper in her ears. So, and I wouldn't either, because it make my ears green, so I always have to wear silver. So I don't think it matters what colour, if it's a colour change, as long as they're wearable. So these are, like I say, a gift for somebody, and I know she only wears silver. So yeah, I will show you in the next video how to put it all together. But if you are going to make an earring, make two of everything at the same time. And like I say, do it in stages. Cut your two pieces of wire, wrap your two pieces of wire around your tube, you know, with your two bits sticking out, and then curl this one and curl this one. And at each stage, just put them sort of on top of each other and make sure you're your round bit's the same size, and your curls are the same size, and your V is the same size. So always do the two together if you're making a pair of earrings. If you're making a pendant, it really doesn't matter because you're not having a second one. You could be making a pendant maybe like this. Where's the other ones? Like that. Maybe you want to put those together and make some kind of fancy pendant, or just one, just that. That could be a pendant, couldn't it? So yeah, if you're making earrings, though, make two of everything and match them up at each stage. Otherwise, you'll find they won't come out even. So it's just a last little tip for you guys. All right, have a great day. I will see you all soon in the next video. Bye for now.